Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Design Your Day with Erica. So, listen, um, just to introduce myself, I'm Erica Kareem, and I have been helping married couples since 2014 to help and repair and restore their marriages and their families. I'm also a family mediator, and I am the founder of Black Women Healing Together and Heal With Me Now. And I just want to say I am a special care advocate. So I am a big supporter of women taking care of themselves, financially, emotionally, and all of the above. So this morning we're going to be talking about how to not feel so alone. And it's so important because around these winter months, around this time of the year, we feel so alone, right? And sometimes you just feel so alone because because you just um, we feel so alone because we just don't understand the um, the reasons of behind feeling so alone. So let me give you a couple of reasons. Number one is we feel so alone because when we go through things, we're feeling like we are the only one that is going through something, right? We feel like, woe is me. Nobody has ever felt this way before. Or we feel like that, woe is me, I don't really want anybody to know my business. And I get all of that, right? I get all of that. But we do ourselves a huge disservice when we are feeling alone, being alone, and not liking it. Now, there's one thing to be alone and like it, because I love being alone. Like, I just absolutely love my quiet time, right? But a lot of people haven't really learned how to love themselves, sit with themselves, honor themselves, know how to have fun by yourself without feeling alone, right? Can you go to the movies by yourself without trying to figure out, oh, who's gonna go with me? Or can you go out to dinner by yourself and just, figure out, be okay with being alone by yourself without feeling, oh my God, I wish I had somebody with me. It's okay to have people with you sometimes, but it's also, you should also give yourself permission to do things by yourself sometimes as well without feeling it is something against you, right? Something against me. Oh, I have to be alone because I don't have any friends, or I have to be alone because I don't have anybody to call, right? And so it's so important that we make sure that we are dancing in our alone time and really, really liking it. So if you don't like it at all, then there's something that you need to work on. But I wanted to share why people feel alone. A lot of times we have had so many past traumas and past experiences that we put up a wall, right? And you there are past things that you have not been able to shake, right? You haven't been able to overcome it. You haven't been able to what is that called? You haven't forgiven the past. So how we do things in the past and those past experiences, what happens is that you bring that into your future. You bring that into your now. It's like, because I had this happen in the past, then I don't want no parts of it anymore. So you defensive. You put up a guard, right? You have an armor of protection because of what happened in the past, or you feel like that you have these enemies, which they might be enemies, right? But it's okay, but it's not okay to not go and create new people to be around, new people, and build those relationships. That is called relationship equity. So, because you have had past bad experiences, it could have been with your mom, it could have been not had grown up with a father, it could have been, you know, feeling abandoned or feeling rejected, bullied. It's so many different reasons on why people feel alone, right? Why people feel alone, but it's up to you to create your life. So, since we're here with Design Your Day and we're talking about feeling alone, then what I want you to do is to reach out to two people, just two people, right? And reach out to them, and even if you don't know them, on Facebook or something like that, or reach out to two people and try to create a dialogue with people, so that you can create a a relationship. So it's very important. Or what you can do, if you say, Erica, I don't want to be reaching out to random strangers. Um, then what another thing that you can do is reach back to somebody in your past and just see how they're doing. You know, a lot of times we hold grudges, and we think that somebody is holding the same grudge. But a lot of times people are really just moving on with their life. They're not thinking about you and your grudge, or you and what what happened 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Sometimes people really forget, and they like, it's okay to rekindle. I have a problem, and it's just me. It's just me. I grew up with the three M's. If they ain't screwed your man, and they ain't talked crazy to your mama or about your mama, or they ain't stole your money, then things can be forgiven, right? And so a lot of times people just don't forgive, right? They just don't forgive and move on. We'll talk about forgiveness for another time because, honey, that is a conversation in itself, right? But as far as being guarded because that you are alone, or being guarded and it makes you feel alone, you're doing yourself a huge disservice, because there's so many people out here in this world that would love to love on you. There's so many people out here in this world that will love to share, right? And that you can trust. But you have to build that up, and you can't build that up by being guarded. You can't be build that up by feeling that I need to be protecting myself all the time, right? It is okay to give people a little inch, a little bit of something, a little bit of something. They give you a little something, you give them a little something, and you're building the relationship equity. Um, and then as you build the relationship equity, you grow into really, really loving each other and establishing a relationship with one another. And then you can have that sisterly bond that you need. But you're not going to get that bond by not picking up the phone and thinking that everybody's supposed to be reaching out to you. You're too busy. There's a saying that people make time for who they want to make time for. People make time for what they want to make time for, right? And so I want to say this before we get off, since I specialize in marriage, right? And so a lot of times we feel alone, even in the marriage. And I want to say that a lot of times we can create a new solution. Yes, we can. We can create a new solution for someone that is open to listening, open to being loved, open to being loving, because things are not just a one-sided thing, right? And so a lot of times people feel alone because in their marriage they're not receiving something, or they're not receiving something, and also maybe they not might not be given what they actually want. So let me repeat that again. A lot of times people want friendships, but they don't know how to be a friend. A lot of times people want love, but they don't know how to be loving. A lot of times people want to be trusted, but they don't know how to trust other people, right? So a lot of times people are, they want something, but they don't want to give the same thing, or they create rules that they don't even want to live by themselves. So you're gonna create a rule for me that you don't even live by yourself, right? It doesn't even make sense. I don't want no parts of anyone like that. So you have to understand that the rules that you create, you must live by them. You must live by them. You can't create rules for other people and then not live by that same rule. It's not okay. So back to the marriage aloneness. A lot of times when we are married and we've been married a long time, and now you feel like, oh, this marriage is not going to work. You feel like that you could be roommates, right? You feel like this is a shit storm, right? Like it is jacked up. What you want to do is you want to get some help, right? So you want to go to speakwitherica.com, speakwitherica.com. If it's a marriage issue, you want to go to speakwitherica.com. And then if you have a lonely issue, you feel like um you are feeling alone. Sometimes people feel alone and depressed just for the holidays and the cold and rainy and snowy days, right? But sometimes, baby, some people cannot get over the loneliness. It's not the weather, it's not the season, because they feel this all the time, right? And if you're putting yourself through that, you're doing yourself a huge disservice, because we want to get you feeling happy. We want you to feel joy in your life. We want you to create the kind of life that you desire to live. But baby, you gotta snap out of it. You gotta snap out of the loneliness. You gotta snap out of the depression. You gotta snap out of blaming other people for what you don't have. We have to make sure that we are saying yes to ourselves and creating the life that we want for ourselves. And even if it doesn't make sense for somebody else, because we're not here to live, I'm not here to live my life according to how you see fit. And you should not be here to living a life how somebody else sees fit, even if it is a spouse, even if it is your children, even if it is your mom. You get to decide what makes you happy and go for it, right? And you don't have to explain why this thing makes you happy. Now it would help to explain. You don't have to get that cocky, right? But you get to explain it, but you don't have to explain. It's my point. I'm giving you permission to create happiness on your own, create happiness, a world around you, make your create happiness in your environment, right? And you get to choose to do that. And it's storming here, y'all. It is like hailing and everything out here. So if y'all hear it, I apologize. I'm gonna get off of here. Ooh, Lord. But so yeah, you get to decide, you get to create whatever you want for your life. And so if you feel alone, I'm going to challenge you to get the help that you need and get around a community that you enjoy. And so come, I'm inviting you to come play with us. Come play with us in my community, and see how you like it, because at the end of the day, it's no reason to be stuck. It's no reason to be procrastinating. It's no reason to not start right now building the momentum in your life that you really desire, right? But it's not going to come so fast. You have to begin to plant the seeds. Like in a garden, you plant the seeds. The seeds will begin to flourish. Those plants will begin to flourish days and days and weeks and months later, but you have to start now. You have to begin now. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I'm inviting you to come play in our community. Just come and see how it is so that you can see if it resonates with you. Come see if our core values for my business you can relate to. Okay. And so you go to speakwitherica.com, speakwitherica.com. I want to say I love you all. I want you all to win. Design your day. Design your day. It's still morning time. If you are in America, it's still morning time. And if you're in another country, it will be morning time. If God wakes you up, you will have your morning time, right? So I want you to not be alone or feel alone, or go sit with yourself and begin to love yourself. Begin to love being alone. It's not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. What makes it bad is when you are by yourself and you have those negative thoughts. You cannot manage your thinking. You cannot manage um your mind. I always say manage your mind, manage your mind. Okay, so that's where it's bad. It's not bad being alone, it's bad feeling alone. It's two different things, two totally different things. And so you have to figure out what you like for yourself, figure out what makes you happy. So that is your job today. Figure out what makes you happy, create clarity around your life. We're going in the new year, and I believe we should start now before the new year, because you're building momentum, y'all. You're building the momentum that you need into the new year. We don't want to start in the new year. I am not an advocate of starting in the new year. We already, when we want to lose weight, we already say, well, I'll start on Monday. I'm going to eat all this dirty food on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The weekend is coming. I'm starting on Monday. Okay, I can understand that, right? It's not okay, but it is okay. You get to decide. You get to choose for your life. And I'm not even going to lie. Sometimes I do it as well. I'm going to start on Monday. But what's not okay is for you to begin next year. That's not okay. I'm not an advocate for that. You need to start now. Do something now, right? So your job for today is to get clarity what you want. Okay, get clarity what you want, and stop being alone. Create your new you, and learn how to um, be alone but not feel alone. All right, y'all have to go, and I love you all, and I'll see you in the morning. Go to speakwitherica.com, speakwitherica.com, and let's book a session to see where do you want to go from here, to see if I can assist you. All right, talk to you soon. Bye bye.